Yesterday we explained that a utensil that was used for, and I will bring in an easy example of metal, and I'm only going to talk about meat and milk just to make it easy for us. Any utensil that was used with hot milk, something that's dairy and hot, or something that's meat and hot, the utensil itself it absorbs, and therefore it becomes either meat utensil or dairy utensil. So, for example, let's take a classic example: a pot. A person is cooking pasta, and that pasta has some cheese with it, and he's cooking it. So, and he has both utensils are new. Now he has to mark that pot because it was used with dairy. He has to mark it dairy, or at least know that it's dairy, and the spoon that he is using becomes dairy as well. Now I'm going straight. We'll talk about specific one case because there is a lot. It's very easy. It makes a lot of sense. These things, it's very easy. But if I will start giving you the categories and subcategories, it looks like, oh, it's too much confusing. Let's just talk about this pot. I bought it brand new. And by the way, Hagala and Tevilat Kelim are two different things. Tevilat Kelim is a utensil that's new that we bought from a non-Jew. We take it to the mikveh in order to make it pure in a holy way. But whatever we're speaking now, it's something technical, almost like speaking about allergy. So don't mix the two. And if you have questions, please let me know. But these are two. Remember that the mikveh of kelim is cold, so there is nothing about puring it technically. It's all spiritual stuff. So now going back to that pot that I used with cheese, what happens when a person wants to take it back to the first stage? Could he make it parv again, like it was never used before? The halacha says yes, and the rule says Kebol'o Kakh Polto. The same way it absorbed, that is the same way it's going to let out. That is to say, that pasta or whatever pasta, usually when you make it with water after you take the water out. So now I have to think of the utensil itself as if the utensil is pasta. So if I have a pot this size that I made pasta or soup, inside there are. So now I have to take that utensil, this whole pot, and put it into a bigger pot filled up with water that are parv, and therefore the moment I do it, so of course when I do it, the pot has to be totally clean. I take a clean pot and I go to wherever they do it. Here in New York, they do it in Borough Park. They take that pot, that dairy pot, and they put it into a big pot, and then when they take it out, that's it. If there was any taste of dairy left inside that pot, it left the pot, and now the pot is parv. Now we know the concept of Kebol'o Kakh Polto. So this is an example that we're talking with liquid. Usually pasta, as we say, you do it with liquid before you spill the water out. Now, what about, for example, a person that has a skewer that he makes meat on the barbecue? Now, meat is meat, but he wants to, he doesn't have anything else. Now he wants to cook cheese on that skewer. Can he possibly do it? So now, what was the initial use of that skewer? Was there water involved? No. So therefore, he has to take that metal and put it into a fire until the metal is burnt, just like the meat that was yesterday on that skewer, got cooked and burnt. He has now to cook that metal skewer. So if he wants to do, he will burn the barbecue, put it on, and then put the skewer on the fire until the skewer, the metal, becomes red, and then we know all the taste will leave the skewer. So we spoke about liquid with liquid, and then we spoke about on fire itself. Now we have another category that is not even liquid itself, For example, if a person makes coffee, a person that makes coffee, he uses it with hot milk, and then the spoon was parf. He puts it into the hot milk, now it becomes dairy. How do I make it? How do I bring it back? It wasn't on the fire. The way to bring it back is to take another cup, put hot water into that cup. There is only clean hot water, parv hot water. I take that whole spoon, put it into the hot, clean water, and then when I take the spoon out, it goes back to the first stage. I hope it's clear, and God willing, we will talk about it a little more before we go to the next topic. I wish you all a great day.